Gary started off at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. Then he was stationed at Keesler Air Force Base in Mississippi. Then he was transferred to Ernest Harmon Air Force Base, and then he was based in Baffin Bay, Greenland. And then tragedy struck. While based in the Midwest in Indiana, Gary Poste and his friend were involved in a motor vehicle accident that killed his friend, Robert A. McManus, age 20, from Brooklyn. Here's the location where they drove their car right into the side of an embankment of the railroad overpass. I'm not sure what direction they were traveling, north or south, but here's the location. His friend Robert graduated from Midwood High School in 1955 or 1956. And here's the Find a Grave. And here's more information about his friend who lost his life. And even more information about his burial in New York. Now, about a year and a half later, in October of 1960, Gary Poste was shot by his friend in Northern California. So here's where the shooting occurred. Fortuna, all the way up to the top left-hand corner of your screen. Now, from this short little newspaper article, we know that Gary Poste lived in Alameda in May of 1969. Alameda is on this little island right here where the finger pointed. And then Mount Diablo is over here to the right of the screen. And then up to the top is Lake Herman. And then Vallejo is where that Blue Rock Springs Park is. So according to Officer Folk, the man was between 35 and 45 years old, about 5'10", between 180 and 200 pounds, medium heavy build, barrel chested, medium complexion, and light colored hair. And so you can compare here and see what you think. In late 1974, Gary Poste moved to Groveland, California, which is in the Sierra Nevada mountains. It's to the middle right of the screen. And his friend Rodney Hamlin moved to Groveland also, and they started a painting business because they were both union painters when they lived in Alameda. And here's a photograph. And here's some information about his partner, Rodney Lewis Hamlin. And he was in the Navy. Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved, and I'll see you tomorrow night with the case of Chris Kramers and Lisanne Froome.